The self-proclaimed supervillain of the UFC, who often wears a MAGA hat and sunglasses shielding his eyes.
What's up, nerds and virgins?
Holds a sign reading, "World Champion Colby Covington, make welterweight great again." Though it is known that he's not the same person who goes ballistic on air,
Where you at, Usman? Where you at, Street Judas?
he uses others' discomfort as an advantage in the octagon.
I lived in Maritza's house. I didn't live in your house. Maritza paid the bills.
My house.
Your children.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Forget about your children, you deadbeat dad.
When it's showtime, he doesn't hold back and gets under the skin of his male and female counterparts alike.
Let the whole world watch and, let them enjoy themselves. Kind of like what Dustin does when Connor's in bed with his wife.
I heard everything you said, Joanne, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to get your face rearranged this weekend, but it's okay. You can always be in one of my videos.
The tactic has surely boosted his presence in the horizons of UFC.
As Donald Trump's favorite fighter, as the people's champion, I'm going to leave that in the hands of the UFC.
Ride along, and we'll show you how a nice and shy guy became the talk of the town by a sudden attitude change. However, to have this much audacity, one must have enough talent and guts to prove his mettle when it counts. And so is the case with Colby Chaos Covington.
We got unfinished business. There's nowhere to run and there's nowhere to hide. I'm coming for you. You're next!
Welcome to the age of MMA as we explore how this California bad boy rose to the ranks he is today. The 34-year-old has only lost 3 times in his MMA career and had a 7-fight winning streak before coming undone against Kamaru Usman in December 2019 with the welterweight title on the line. He followed that win over Tyron Woodley and lost again to Usman. Colby Covington re-cemented his spot in March this year as the #1 ranked welterweight in the UFC, defeating Jorge Masvidal by unanimous decision in a dominating performance at UFC 272. The renowned UFC trash talker is now eyeing the landing in WWE. "I'm chaos. I'm unpredictable, so you'll never know where I'll end up next," Covington says. "I feel like I'm the baddest man on the planet, so you just might see me in WWE one day. We are sure of one thing, he's neither going to hold back in the ring nor on the mic."
Stop, Joe Rogan. All I want to say is this is a real championship belt. I'm going to do what a real American should do. I'm bringing this belt to the White House and I'm putting it on Donald Trump's desk. And secondly, Joe, Tyron Woodley, you're a freaking coward. Why'd you let this little filthy animal take this ass whooping tonight? This is supposed to be you. You can't run, you can't hide no more, Tyron Woodley. I'm coming for you. Let me say this is the real championship belt, Tyron Woodley. If you got something to say, come see me.
Colby was born in Clovis, California on February 22, 1988. His family moved from California to Oregon when he was 8 years of age. His father was a wrestler during this time at the Oregon Institute of Technology and Southern Oregon University. As a wrestler at Thurston High School in Springfield, Colby won the 171-pound state championship as a senior in 2006. He committed to Arizona State University, but his test scores were not up to par. So he went to Iowa Central Community College, where he won the 2007 165-pound National Junior College Wrestling title. As a true freshman with a thumping 34-0 record, his roommate at the time was future UFC champion John Jones. He then transferred to the wrestling program at the University of Iowa. In August 2007, he was arrested for eluding police and driving under the influence, having registered a BAC of .255, over 3 times the legal limit of .08. He speaks of the incident as the real all-time low in his life, something he wished he could take back. Due to his arrest, Colby was suspended from the Hawkeyes for a year and faced limited time the next season. He looked for a fresh start, and former Hawkeyes coach Jim Zaleski convinced him to transfer to Oregon State University.
Colby Covington, former Oregon State University alumni, two-time Pac-10 champion, and University All-American. Oregon State University is home for me. You know, I love to come back into the college wrestling atmosphere. Just being around coaches like Zaleski and Steiner and Roberts, you know.
Covington graduated in 2011 and continued to compete in wrestling and grappling. He won a gold medal at the 2013 FILA Grappling No-Gi World Championship. He was one of the fighters recruited by Dan Lambert to the American Top Team to improve the gym's wrestling talent. Our general manager, Richie Guerrero, came to me 7 or 8 years ago and said, "I think the quality of our wrestling at the gym is lacking." Founder of American Top Team Dan Lambert told MMA Fighting. And so they decided that it was a great idea to bring some wrestlers into the gym as it brought the level of wrestling up. Colby was one of the first resumes they received. It didn't take long for us to see that he worked. It didn't take us long to see that he had a third lung. It didn't take us long to see he wasn't losing scrambles to anybody.
And he was one of the guys that sent in an application, and he came down and tried out, and it didn't take us long to see that he had a lot of potential. So we invited him down, he took us up on the offer, and that's how we ended up here. Colby was fairly shy and fairly quiet back in the day when he first got here.
He introduced himself to the UFC world in style.
Yeah, I really like Colby's attitude, humble, hardworking, trains out of one of the top teams.
This is sweet in the palms. Yes, that's us.
Fucking crazy. This is Colby, Division I All-American wrestler, an excellent.
Never been so excited in my life.
Colby went down to his American Top Team boss, Dan Lambert, and told him he wanted to barge into UFC. Dan thought Colby had gone crazy. He only had 4 professional fights before that. He repulsed him back by telling him he hasn't earned it yet, and he's not going to put him in the octagon so soon. Go win some more fights. That's the way this process works, Dan told Colby. I refused to get him into the UFC at the time because I didn't think he had enough fights. He got in and I cornered him, and he just came out and blasted the guy.
With that lead, right kick, and Covington going right for work. Big takedown. He's relentless here with the ground and pound.
Hit it all over! Colby Covington wins his UFC debut!
The first round finish against An Ying Wang was enough to convince Lambert Covington needed a brighter spotlight. Covington didn't make any ripples in the UFC through the first few fights. He won the first 3 fights before losing his only fight on submission to Warley Alves and won 3 straight fights after that.
Colby Covington de novo, laçou o pescoço, vai pra guilhotina, vamos ver. Fez postura o Colby Covington, botou pra baixo ali no bate-estaca, acabou ajeitando.
He didn't talk much, just let his performance in the cage do all the talking. Since his debut, Covington has gone on to fight a total of 15 more times in the UFC. His UFC record stands at 12-3-0. Colby was a guy you didn't hear much from in the gym. He just put his head down and did his work. He wasn't a guy that stood out for anything other than he was good at what he did. He just kept low and trained hard. The gym was like a home to him, but the Californian had chaos hidden in him that would soon come out and bamboozle everyone with something they least expected. He was a dark horse.
I should have knocked him out. Brazil, you're a dog. All you filthy animals suck. I got one thing to say. Tyrone Woodley, I'm coming for you. If you don't answer the front door, I'm going to knock in and I'm going to take what's mine. That welterweight belt. Bring me my belt. Where you at, Tyrone Woodley?
Colby Covington, my God!
Somewhere along the way, he realized something was missing, so he sought the attention of the fighters in the upper echelon of the division.
As the people's champion, I'd like to ask the people who they'd like to see me fight next. Should it be journeyman George Masvidal? Should it be GSP? Should it be Kebab? Should I be that little Irish leprechaun that couldn't even knock a drunk dude, old dude off a stool in the bar? Who should it be?
Sadly, he went from one of the quietest people in the gym to one of the loudest trash talkers in the sport.
Let my hang out. So filthy animal's face. You suck! Hey, you suck, Snoozeman! You suck! Keep crying!
What happened to your hair, man?
You know, he's taking my sloppy seconds. I beat everybody he beat, but I beat him before he beat him. Pick up the carcasses off the dead bodies that I left. You know, he's not impressive. He sucks at fighting, and December 14th, I'm going to expose him.
You see Marty Fake Newsman's ugly smart? I'm gonna kick it into the third row. Tune in tomorrow night, only on pay-per-view.
The undefeated PFL champion and former training partner of Ronda Rousey, Kayla Harrison, who also trained at the American Top Team, revealed that Covington is a very shy guy, and it was, in fact, Dan who advised Colby to change his attitude and turned him into the ruffian he is today. But he just planted a seed, and Colby took it too far, way too far.
You're not gonna not be a grappler, so we gotta change you. And they did. Now, I don't think Dan took it to the extreme that, you know, I think he just like planted a seed, and Colby went a little too far, way too far.
Covington won his first championship fight for the UFC Interim Welterweight Championship when he defeated Rafael dos Anjos on June 9, 2018 at UFC 225 Whitaker vs. Romero 2. Colby Covington beat Rafael dos Anjos by decision at 5 minutes of round 5.
New interim UFC welterweight champion, Colby Chaos Covington.
Being an outspoken supporter of the Republican Party and former President Donald Trump, he stated he wanted to visit Trump at the White House to present him with the title after winning the interim UFC Welterweight Championship.
I'm gonna do what a real American should do. I'm bringing this belt to the White House, and I'm putting it on Donald Trump's desk.
Which he did on August 2nd, 2018. Trump phoned to congratulate Covington during his post-fight interview following his win over Tyron Woodley.
Mr. President.
Covington dedicated his win over Woodley to first responders and the military and criticized Black Lives Matter and LeBron James. Woodley had spoken about his support for the Black Lives Matter movement leading up to the fight. This pumped the Californian bully boy even more, and his verbal assaults grew even stronger. He became the UFC poster boy more because of his venom-spitting cobra tongue than his fists. He talked trash about everyone and spared no one, be it his adversaries or training partners.
Greetings, nerds and virgins. Greetings, nerds and virgins. Greetings, nerds and virgins. Greetings, nerds and virgins.
No one cares about you, Marty. You're boring, man.
It's a possibility tonight.
Let's do it tonight. Let's do it right now. Let's go right now. Let's go right now.
GSP's a bum. He's in Canada eating poutine. I'm in America eating poutang.
Dilbert, lightweight. Chiesa, another lightweight.
Come out of retirement, best man. I'll retire you for good.
Okay. Take your gates off, bud. You look like an idiot.
You know, I am Tyrone Woodley's father. You know, the Knicks have tarnished the legacy of Madison Square Garden.
Dustin Doofus Saurier, because he's a soy boy.
I don't sell out like Colby Covington.
He looks like he's still doing the same thing that he always does. You know, cocaine, hookers.
Colby's a really bad person. He really is.
I'm looking to fight Whitaker. He's a bomb. The kid with the little pubes on his face, Snake Paul.
Ain't got nothing to say to Uncle Fester. And he's not gonna wrap that belt around my waist on Saturday night, I can promise you that.
Good luck with that. He's a big mouth idiot.
I hear Colby's a really nice guy. Stop identifying as Wonder Boy. You're not a boy, you're a 40-year-old man, and you drive kids around in your little karate truck. And then Khabib, come on, man, the sheep lover.
Colby's a terrible person. I've been telling you guys.
Ben Askren.
You said it wrong. It's Ben Askren.
Is that really it?
Yeah, that's the 37-year-old Napoleon Dynamite-looking virgin. That's the one who used science and test tubes these days to get kids, because he's a virgin still.
But he has kids.
Yeah, exactly, science.
Wait till I see you next time, Marty Fake Newsman. You're dead. You're dead.
He then went for a title shot twice against Kamaru and lost both times. His first welterweight title challenge, losing to Kamaru Usman on December 14th, 2019 at UFC 245. Usman versus Covington. He lost to Kamaru Usman by KO TKO at 4:10 of round 5. Covington lost his second welterweight title challenge, losing to Kamaru Usman on November 6, 2021 at UFC 268. Usman vs. Covington 2. Colby Covington lost to Kamaru Usman by decision at 5 minutes of round 5.
For him to follow it up, move forward. Oh my goodness. Looked like Covington caught him on the way in a little bit. Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington go 25 minutes. And still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world.
His trash talk did go right into March this year when he beat his old teammate Jorge Masvidal. Covington's last win came against Jorge Masvidal at UFC 272 on Saturday, March 5th, 2022. Colby Covington beat Jorge Masvidal by decision at 5 minutes of round 5. Both fighters earned a post-fight bonus after the bout was awarded Fight of the Night. As of now, the 34-year-old boasts a 17-3 professional MMA record. His 17 wins come with 48% finish rate, including 2 by knockout, 6 by submission, and 9 by decision. No one has to like what Covington is saying, much less agree with it. But love him or hate him, his antics have made him one of the most talked about fighters in the sport. Maybe in his case, it's all for the wrong reasons. Covington likely would argue it's better to be hated than to be irrelevant. That's it for today's video. We will come back with more exciting MMA content. Do like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and tell us about your thoughts in the comment section.
Just like I always say, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money. Whether you hate me or love me, you're gonna tune in to watch me.